Welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV and the Raid Furniture Mart LAte Model Tour. Tonight, it's Champion Crowning 200 as we crown a champ. I'm Dean Doucette along with Baron Labosco here from North Wilkesboro tonight. Baron, Champion Crowning 200.
Yep, and tonight we crown a champion. And couldn't think of a better place to do it either. North Wilkesboro, great racing, great racetrack with a lot of history. And tonight we're going to make it with yet another champion in this late model tour.
Absolutely. Should be outstanding night as guys are freed up here this evening. You know, with Bo Ledbetter out here seemingly too hard to catch here. It looks like 25 points. I mean, I don't know if it's even possible, but he would need to wreck and maybe Tyler Lem win. And maybe it's possible. We'll have to wait and see. But other guys are all freed up. And, you know, you might not like that, but also you got one thing on your mind, Baron.
Well, and right. And look, we saw the points battle, 40 points ish separates second through fifth place. So everything up for grabs tonight in this championship standing. Like you said, Bo would have to have a catastrophic failure early in the race, and Lem would have to, abjectly win the damn thing. So we're hoping, for a clean race tonight. We're hoping for an exciting race. But I think this is Bo's race to lose at this point. But second through fifth, now that's up in the air. And that's where we're going to see some great competitive racing tonight, Dean.
Yeah, we will. And I mean, I'm not even going to hand it to Bo. I mean, we had a little inside conversation with league owner and manager Brian Cole out here. He's feeling pretty racy tonight, so keep your eyes on the 01 machine and see what he can do out here. Take a look on our track facts here in the old North Wilkesboro, pretty standard track. One of the great short tracks around, Baron. I mean, it's got a great history. It's a great track. Should see some great racing here tonight.
Agreed. North Wilkesboro always provides an exciting race for us. You'll see two grooves tonight. You'll see guys try to pass on the high side. Some will do it, some will not. 16-car field tonight. So we're going to have the possibility of some green flag runs. Championship weekend, always a really good weekend, Dean. You're going to see guys mindful of the leaders, mindful of the people in the points contentions. And then you're going to see some guys chasing checkered flags. Who we get tonight, I can't wait to find out.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to find out. Last week, Lem was up there sneaking into third as they sponsored that race. It was a great sponsorship deal. I think it was Khedive was the sponsorship. Baron, you probably have a better memory than me. But
man, you're throwing me a curveball here, Dean. I can't remember what I had for lunch.
Right. Me neither. We apologize. We're getting old.
I'm not sorry. I'm old and I got it.
We're lucky if we can walk, people.
And look, I am closer to retirement than I am to my beginning. So, let's just put that out there in the water. Shit doesn't move the way it should, and my brain does not remember stuff anymore.
Damn, Baron. I just started thinking about that. I think I got to go.
Think about it. Yeah, I mean, just go do it, right? I could talk about the Lions beating the Chiefs last week. We could talk about this if we want. You're just not going to be here, are you?
We'll get into the Lions. Trust me, the Lions looking good, people. And speaking about things looking however they look, the track looking at 128. My goodness, Baron, could be a little slick out there tonight.
That it will be. And we were talking about that chat we had with league owner. Look, he was pretty candid. He ran a bunch of laps on this set with this vehicle, and he figures that this thing will loosen up as the night gets on. So we're going to see some guys with their hands full. I love that in-car camera that you put on there every once in a while, Dean. And as we get later in the run, we're going to see some pretty fast hands on these steering wheels.
Absolutely. We are going to see some fast hands. Right now we bring you the K-T.org qualifying And the grid here, where it's Dylan Connor with a time of 18.643 on the point. Dylan, I mean, just great qualifier. Can he get it done from the front tonight? Of course, Bo Ledbetter, 4 wins on the season, sitting here on the outside of row number 1. Brian Cole, I brought up, he starts third. So some of our big hitters all up front. Richard Allen, another one. He's got tons of speed. Alex Sexton in 5th. It's Colin J. Well, Colin J might be in 5th with Sexton in 6th. You got Walker Cole and Zach Woods, Dyer and Lem. And then it's Adam Cole and Barry Hines rounding out your top 10. Looking a little further back, that was 11th and 12th. You got Werderman's here tonight. Jeff Werderman makes an appearance. Good to see him on the track. Adam Newton looking to finish this thing off with a win. And it's Brad Ebley and Scott Olson rounding out the field.
Yeah, good-looking field tonight. Championship field. Shout out to our YouTube friends out there. Darren's out there drinking Crown Royal in the name of our new champion tonight. So love having you, Darren. Thanks for supporting us week in and week out.
You see that 77 of Scott Olson. He's got a for sale sign on it there, Baron. You thinking about buying a car?
He's trading it in for the super stock, right?
That's pretty funny there from Scott Olson.
Yeah, good-looking machines out here tonight for this championship evening. Love championship night, Dean. We're going to see some great racing and bring it all to a final close for this season.
Green flag,
Absolutely.
green flag.
Pace car off the track. It's Connor leading them down with Ledbetter on the outside. A great start by both lanes.
Yeah, Richard Ledbetter on that high line looking to make the most out of a great restart. We said we're going to see some high line racing tonight. Richard already the one up there.
Wow. Richard out. Dylan Connor leading Bo Ledbetter, Brian Cole, and Kennedy. As you throw me for a loop, Baron. Richard Ledbetter. Interesting.
Did I say Ledbetter? Did I?
You did, but it's okay. We got Richard Allen back here in the 82.
I haven't had a drop.
Walker Cole behind Alex Sexton on the outside. Oh, and contact a little further back. That sends, I think, Zach Woods up the track in the 61. So Zach Woods, great job of hanging on there.
Yeah, wheelman right there. So great hands award go to him. Zach's a great driver, so he got a little door punch there, and everybody's still green.
Caleb Dyer works underneath of Alex Sexton. So Sexton falling back a little bit, down 2 spots here.
And I think Sexton's doing that to save his tires at this point. I mean, so early in the run. Sexton's a contender. Like, that's one of those guys we'll see up front eventually as the night goes on.
Some good hard racing earlier. 200 lapper. Guys kind of pacing themselves out here a little bit, Baron. Is that kind of what you'd expect tonight from Championship 200?
Truthfully, it's what I do. Look, 200 laps. I think the guys who have done some practicing on these cars for this race probably recognize that as the tires heat up and wear out, it's going to get a little shaky for them. So they're trying to keep all the grip they can underneath them in these early laps, so it prolongs the longer later ones.
I want you to watch this entry here going down into corner number 1, and look where Dylan Connor's entering this corner. I mean, he is so much higher than Bo Ledbetter or anybody else on the track. It seems quite unique, Baron.
Yeah, and he's making the apex a little later on the turn where everybody else is coming out later. So he's making the straightaways longer, Dean.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, it's dangerous, but he has the room to do it. Both trying to close up in there to say, hey, you don't have that kind of room. Stop playing around.
So, here's what we're seeing is a guy who's making the straightaways longer, and we got a guy right behind him who's charging the corner. So that can spell calamity, and I can't spell calamity, but it can on the racetrack, because you'll notice Connor gets a nice lead coming down that straightaway, but then when we hit the corner in the apex, Ledbetter catches right up to him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an interesting battle. We'll keep our eyes on it. Back towards the back, you see Newton, Ebley, Werderman, and Olsen just turning some laps there, and I think he's waiting for later in the race before he does anything. Back up front, still Connor and Ledbetter, lap 10 of 200, long race, and these guys are acting like it. I like what I'm seeing early. I mean, the last thing you want is come out in a 200 lap race, start wrecking each other.
Yeah, early in the evening, it finishes the car off for the night. Yeah, I agree, Dean. Lap 11, we're not winning it here, so just maintain it and see what you got.
I'm just wondering what lap would be appropriate for me to bring up the Detroit Lions.
Any one you want, Dean, because they won.
My goodness. How about that? How about them Lions?
How about them Lions right there, yeah. So kudos to the Detroit Lions pulling the whammy on the entire NFL watching fandom and Vegas.
Well, the Lions are a good bet these days. I have a long-standing policy that you don't bet for or against the Lions. They will burn you. But they've been beating the spread consistently for about a year now, so watch out for them. I'm a big fan, and I hope we're not hurting anybody's feelings talking a little football right now. Dylan Connor leading this race, Bo Ledbetter in second, Brian Cole third, Colin J in fourth, and Richard Allen your top five.
I think about now our regular viewers understand that no subject will be off limits in these broadcasts. No, so we can talk football.
Yeah, and feel free to put something in the comments. We love to respond to your comments, especially if you're a Lions fan. Walker Cole sitting back here in sixth. No real big movers so far. Caleb Dyer, he's up 2 spots. That's about it. And you got to like what we've seen out of Caleb this year.
Yeah, solid drives week in and week out. Love the paint scheme on the 17 machine. Caleb's one of those guys that I think as he grows more comfortable with this car, I think the better he gets with it. And we've seen him experiencing that growth with each new track he visits with this platform. So I think maybe as the seasons tick off, right, we're going to see some more victory lanes and more interviews.
Absolutely. Speaking of interviews, I don't remember a whole lot of comments on who's saving and who's not, but I got a feeling this 9 machine, Alex Sexton, might be out here saving his stuff.
I believe so, Dean. He did it last week, and it paid off for him till he got in a late race incident. Look for that 9 machine here, maybe lap 20, 25, some in there. Once the tires start to heat up and get a little worn, for him to move forward.
Further back, it's the 8 of Barry Hines back out on the track, and he is stalking Adam Cole, who's rocking that great k-t.org. Head over to that website and support them. Rare skin condition, and they're a great support there.
And he's got that Intimidator number 3 paint scheme right behind him. So, I love Barry Hines' paint scheme. I got to tell you, man, that brings back memories.
I love it too. Right now, Woods and Lem going at it. Woods going to win that battle. Right behind him now, it's Cole. And here comes the 8 of Barry Hines.
Yeah, so Hines got a nose there underneath Adam. And let's see if he can finish the pass. We know these tires get a little greasy as the run goes on. So his drive off might be a little touchy. Ooh, careful.
And there it is. I mean, it's starting to go already. So we're going to hop right on board here with Barry Hines. Ooh.
Yep,
and Barry Hines loose. A little late to be hopping on board. I think we'll wait for a little later now.
Wait till he catches his breath.
And
that's a nice little slide.
That's the thing around here, Baron. We're on lap 23. We're trying to make a pass on the bottom. And already you can see that car just does not want to have that drive off.
Yeah. And Brian Cole was talking about it in our pre-race interview. He was saying how we're going to see some guys really get loose and let that right foot do the talking as they climb out of these corners. So going to be interesting to see.
Let's take a look in on Bo Ledbetter, currently in second place, your championship leader, as he rides right behind Dylan Connor.
Yeah, completely different. Yeah, completely different lines.
Yeah, that's corner 1, and that's where Dylan Connor's really going in high. But you've seen Bo kind of jerk the car to the left. Watch when he heads in here, You see that little jerk and then straighten it up? It's
Yeah,
very interesting move.
so he's evening out the front end here. So that jerk actually causes that front end to kick that right rear out a little bit to help him turn in that center, and he's doing that on purpose.
I mean, it's very consistent. A little jerk there. That's a little tip for anybody trying to figure out how does this guy have this speed. I think you're finding here. This might be one of the little keys right here.
See right there, he did it in the apex there. So yeah, you'll see that hard abrupt motion that causes, and it looks like he's got a nose this time, Dean.
Yeah, trying to make a move.
Not going to get it completed. Yep. And it looks like he's just testing that, right? Like he's just seeing where he can get it and where he can't at this moment. I think that's all that was a test. It was a warning sign to Connor. Hey, I've got some speed here. You're going to have to contend with me. I'm not going to put you in a bad place, but I am here.
Well, what do you do if you are Dylan Connor out front? Now, usually it's protect the bottom at all costs. I'm not so sure that's the exact thing you want to be doing here.
Well, it depends. Bo's showing his nose here on entry, like we talked about it. Like he's charging the corner, and he's really got a message that's being sent. Like, look, here's my speed, right? I'm right here with you the whole time, and Connor's just running his line. We talked about it, right? He's late entry, so he's providing an open door for that hard charge. What we're also looking at, though, Dean, as this continues to carry on, third place car, Brian Cole, is getting a whole lot bigger in this picture.
Yeah, I was just going to bring up, Brian, the quiet assassin, if you will. The 01 machine has been stalking and perhaps saving while he's doing it. And he's probably hoping that they're going to go racing side by side, and that'll bring him right into this thing, which he virtually is already.
Yeah, he really will. And with only 0.3 of a second to make up, he's right there already. So if Ledbetter doesn't get a pass achieved, we're going to bring Brian Cole into this anyways.
Very interesting. Colin J back and forth, hanging in there. Richard Allen right with them. So Colin J and Richard Allen, two guys who have the speed to win, man.
They sure do. And we've seen Colin J run well here at North Wilkesboro. So for his fan group out there that always week in and week out supports him, look for this 3 machine to do something pretty special tonight. He's got some speed in this car.
Now, Baron, when you say Colin J fan group, what comes to mind? Do you see pom-poms?
I'm envisioning like Swifties, but with an appreciation for fast cars.
I like it. All right, Caleb Dyer now up 3 spots. He's gotten around Walker Cole a while ago. He's up into 6th, our big mover on the night so far on a green flag race here at North Wilkesboro. Walker Cole in 7th, Sexton 8th, Lem in 9th, and then we got Woods, Adam Cole, and Adam Newton. And everything pretty quiet here, Baron, which is going to be interesting because if they get spaced out, which they are, it leads to green flag racing, which leads to
green flag
stops.
Pit stops. Yep, yes, sir. So our hard charger last 2 weeks, Tyler Lem back there, up 1 spot into 9th. He's got some company up there with Zach Woods, and we've seen Zach, have a moment earlier. So we'll see if his recovery is going to be maintained or if he did some damage to those tires. But yeah, like I said, 2nd through 5th place, and that includes Tyler Lem for that championship standing. So Tyler right now, plenty of race left, but I think if he was, getting his wish list, he'd like to be a little closer to the front than he is right now.
Yeah, I'm sure that's correct. Right now, it looks like Brian Cole continues to close in on our front 2 as Dylan Connor continues to hold off Bo Ledbetter with that great entry into 1. And I like it more and more. What do you think the long-term ramifications are doing that entry are, or for that matter, what we've seen about that jerking out of Bo Ledbetter?
Yeah, so check with me when we get to lap 60 to 70 here. I'll let you know. Brian Cole alluded that the right rear will burn off these tires. So You look, we see Dylan Connor making longer straightaways out of it, and we see Bo Ledbetter making shorter entry out of it. So two different schools of thought here. Both are fast. Which one prevails? We're about to find out.
So look in here on Brian Cole, and you can see some of the same traits, but they just seem to be subdued, which is a classic trait of Brian Cole. Smoothness, not jerking. There's that jerk, though. He's doing it too. So Brian, no rookie here. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and Brian, will tell you. I just go out there and I try to turn the most consistent laps I can, and he's doing that. And so while these two guys have to mess with each other, Brian is clicking them off a tenth at a time. So he's down to half a second behind these two, where a few laps ago he was 3/4 of a second. So that's going to slow down for Brian once he catches the back bumper of Ledbetter here. And then he'll have to contend with a pass or not a passing situation.
So you can really hear those tires scrubbing on entry there, Baron. Is that a trait of this car in particular?
I think it is, because there's so much on throttle time. I think that in order for you to go fast in these machines, your momentum has to stay up, and that's just going to beat the shit out of these cars up front.
Speaking of momentum and getting through turns, we're missing Miller tonight, so there'll be no drinking from you at all tonight, Darren.
Well, Darren's got us covered there. I told you he's got some Crown Royal in his hand right now watching the championship. Maybe Austin Miller's out there with a jack in his hand. We can only hope.
Let's check in on Mr. Lem for Mr. Lem here, as Tyler Lem, the Rocket Man, out here in the 99, currently sitting in ninth. He needs a win here tonight, and it's a long race, and he's pacing himself, currently up one spot into ninth position.
Yeah, but a couple things to notice, right? Just a few laps ago, Zach Woods was right on his bumper. Not anymore. And Alex Sexton was off in the distance. He's caught Alex Sexton. So Lem has conserved his machine. He's got more tire than these guys. And he's got more speed now, too.
All right, so the 99 looking good here. We look for these guys to, kind of split this race in half, maybe go a little long, around 120 laps if it was green before they would pit, but that's a sheer guess. As any of our viewers know, we don't know anything about when they're going to pit, so
it's a 50-50 thing. Yeah, it's purely 50-50. That's our best, too.
So we got Adam Cole making a move as Zach Woods starting to slide back. Now, you think this is a product of that slide he had earlier in the race?
I think it played a role. Yeah, I do. I think Adam Cole was saving his stuff. Zach was charging. And here's Adam for the pass right now.
And here comes Adam Newton. Now, I'll tell you something about Adam Newton. A guy who's been saving lately. Now, he's told me that's not what he's doing, but I beg to differ from the outside looking in. We've seen a more conservative number 5 over the last few months, and it seems to me like he's preparing for the long run. And if we go long, he might be just someone who comes towards the front.
Agreed, and he's under no pressure right now from behind, so everything's out his windshield right now, so he can drive the best he can and start clicking off cars.
And he's working on Woods right now. Woods a little squirrely out of the corner. Got to get it back up front, though. Up front, it's heating up, folks. We got 3 cars involved as Brian Cole has joined the fray.
Yeah, he's there. And now let's see what the 01 machine has in store for these leaders.
And this is where it gets really difficult. Now, for me personally, Baron, I won't even out. I'll just tell you what I do. I'm backing off a little bit here. I mean, I've got up here, and I've realized, okay, I'm not getting around both of these guys right now. I'm going to conserve my stuff for 20 laps or so and just kind of see what lines are running and see what I can do with them a little later.
Absolutely, Dean. I couldn't agree more. Brian's a veteran. He's checking them out right now. He's noticing the 2 different lines, and already in his head, he's designing a pass.
And we got a problem. It's Adam Newton. I just talked about Newton is around. That is highly unfortunate for the 5. Someone who wanted a green flag brings out the caution and stops the green flag. We'll see what happened.
Trouble.
Trouble.
It's my best Mike Joy.
So you see him down low trying to make this pass, and this is where that car gets pinched off and can break loose on you. Oh, and contact. So Woods did not break there. That he just stayed on the throttle, Baron.
Yeah, he didn't cut him any room there, did he?
I mean, it's one thing to make contact, but afterwards he kind of drove through him. And now we got pit stops commencing here.
Not a whole lot of give in that give and take scenario.
So I found it a little odd to not see that car slow down after contact as he just drove through him. Now, you would think there'd be some anger there, but maybe we missed something, a little contact before that. I'm not too sure.
Didn't notice anything unusual, but we didn't see the whole thing, so. Everybody in, Dean.
Yeah, a bunch of guys in, racing off a pit road. Looks like Colin Kennedy a little slow getting off pit road. He's going to fall way back. Newton coming in late here.
Yeah, he bleeds a lot of spots.
Yeah, Kennedy down to 13th. Let's take a look in on his time. That was a 43.7 combined with going into pit road, your pit stop, and coming off pit road. That's a long stop, man. I mean, we see others, though. 43 from Ledbetter and Allen. Everybody up there. Hines pretty quick with a 37.2. So I think we're just looking at fuel, if I'm not guessing, who took it all and some not taking it all.
Yeah, maybe that's why Colin bled so much.
Well, the other story, the guys who did not pit, Connor, Dyer, Sexton, and Olsen stay out. What a decision by these guys.
Well, they were counting on another caution.
Well, they are, but are they counting on all the speed being on their bumper with fresh tires?
Well, we're going to see, right? Were these guys saving enough to be fast against freshies? We'll find out.
Definitely find out. Connor up front, like I said, Caleb Dyer up 7 spots. Olsen up 13 spots now after the pit stop. Basically all made up on pit road. This is wild. And I mean, Brian Cole going to be starting up there on the outside with Ledbetter on the inside. These guys have got to show some patience, Barrett.
They do, and they will. It's a veteran group. My hope is that they will. How's that?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to just quickly look in on Ebley. Ebley with a 10-second stop, perhaps a 2-tire stop. As we go green quickly, Ledbetter or Connor down and away. So Connor races out there. Ledbetter charging on the low side. Hung up is Brian Cole on the high side.
Caught everybody by surprise except the 17 machine.
So Cole's got to get out of there. He's behind a lap car, like a car with old tires, and now Richard Allen's coming through. I mean, Brian Cole's got to fall in behind Walker. That's his best bet. He better get down there. He better back out and get behind him right quick like.
Yeah.
And he's wrecking. Olsen wrecks him and turns him. Brian Cole around. No caution on the track. The racing continues. And some damage. So Brian Cole with a ton of work to do. Wow.
Yeah, so Brian Cole here just sitting around minding his own business, and then now he's got to make it. He's got to do it the hard way, Dean. 7 seconds back.
You start on the outside with some slower cars who are a little panicked with all the speed out there, and this is the kind of thing that can happen to you. That's why I was saying you just back out and get behind Walker, which is the best bet. I guess that advice a little too late, Baron.
Yeah, so dead last, but on the lead lap and coming hard. So for Jeff Werdeman and Zach Woods, keep an eye on your rear view.
We got something else going on. We got another wreck. It's Kennedy. And it looks like Ebley involved.
Yeah.
So caution will come out. That'll help Brian Cole a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, well, that'll give him a chance to get some tires and get in there and get his service done.
So let's get a look in here on Ebley, the 76. In front of him is the 3 of Colin J. Kennedy on the outside. And he blinks out, blink, bam. And you got to think that was a computer issue, Aaron.
Yeah, they just got Ebley all hung up in it. Wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, poor Ebley on that one. And quite frankly, poor Colin, too, if that looks like maybe his screen blacked out and he just drove straight into the wall. There's the poor banged up machine of the 76. Unfortunate. Here comes Sexton down pit road.
So I would think some of these guys that didn't take 2 or 4 will complete that stop now.
Yeah, Newton's in. Werderman's in. Colin J coming down.
Surprised we don't see Brian Cole.
Yeah, well, Brian just pitted, so I mean, he must be thinking my car's fine. I'd
Right
rather
front
pick
damage,
up
though, right?
yeah, but I think he's thinking, you know, I would rather pick up these 4 spots and not have to race them. It's early. I can work through another few spots and hope for another caution before I do all that.
Sure.
I
would fix the damage. That's the way I would go, but that's me. A lot of race left.
mean,
why run with one hand behind your back?
Right. You know, the earlier you can get it done, the better usually.
Yeah, he was last in the first place. That's my opinion. I mean, he was deep in the field. Why not be deep in the field with the whole car? You know.
Well, there's in the booth. I don't know. I thought this might be our first disagreement, Baron. I'm not too sure.
Well, I'm not a Lions fan.
Oh my! What? Folks, the stream will be ending.
What?
The career is over. All right. Who you got then, Baron?
Well, I'm a Patriots fan.
Oh, insufferable. Born and raised. Probably
Yeah,
the same time
I grew up in New England.
Tom Brady showed up.
No, I could name every quarterback back to my birth.
All right. Well, who was the big, tall?
Steve Grogan.
No, the right before Brady, who was?
Oh, Drew Bledsoe.
Bledsoe, indeed. Okay, a true fan will give it to you. Well, congrats on your success. Dylan Connor looking for success. Quick start. Ledbetter following them through with fresher tires. So here comes Ledbetter. Dyer trying to hold on the outside. Here comes Walker Cole.
Yep, and Ledbetter going to get the better of him now, or allegedly.
Dyer,
we saw Dyer wiggling.
That car. My
Yeah.
goodness.
Really wiggling coming out of that turn. I don't think he lifted, Dean.
No, but he made it work. So that's the main thing. Walker charges in, gets a nose on him. So Walker's on the move, not to be deterred. Back further, we got all kinds of battling going on.
Yeah, I think Richard Allen just bounced it off the wall. Yeah, we got battles going on everywhere, Dean. I love it.
Indeed. Walker's still working on Caleb Dyer. Dyer making that high side work. And this is something you can see at North Wilkesboro a little bit.
Yeah, really cool. They're starting to get single file again, but for a minute, man, we had some great side-by-side battles.
You know what I noticed on a place like North Wilkesboro, and a lot of ovals in particular, and here as well, you know, people just think it's an oval. You know, you got 2 corners and you're riding the same. These are 2 distinct corners. And it's hard to notice maybe, but they're different.
Well, if you pull up the track overlay again, you'll be able to see turns 1 and 2 are much more sweeping than turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, you can clearly see it there. It's a little bit egg-shaped almost.
Yeah. And it reminds you a little bit, everybody thinks Bristol is the same way. Bristol is not equal corners. They are much tighter in 1 and 2. 3 or 4 is a little bit more sweeping. So you'll see guys often change their lines at Bristol's. You see it here too.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to run every exit a little different. In particular here, you'll see guys can get off of 4 on the low side and make some progress, generally speaking, a little better than they can off of 2.
We talk about racecraft, Dean, a lot on this broadcast. And what I mean by racecraft is not only how to run around your fellow competitors, but also how to give the car what it needs. And you'll see various different lines from various different drivers in completely different turns. And that's why you get a lot of these guys, nose to tail. Some are faster on entry, some are faster on exit. That's what makes great racing. Everybody's a little bit different. And I really enjoy it because you can see the development of some of the younger drivers in this league really start to put to use the knowledge they're picking up from these veterans.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. some of the differences here. I was just noticing Caleb Dyer. That's why I hopped on board there. I mean, he is really working this machine.
He is, and he has chosen right a higher point to entry, a little longer straightaway, right, like we talked about with Dylan Connor, and now Ledbetter's got by Connor too. Dean, we were busy yapping, and Ledbetter's
Well,
set
we
sail.
were
Yeah,
sleeping on that. Oh,
yeah,
Ledbetter, your new race leader. We'll see if we can get a look at that.
yeah.
May
Bo
take me a
Ledbetter.
minute.
Yep, we were out there just snoozing on the job, and there's our lead change. And Ledbetter kind of walking away from him.
So let's get a look in on it here. Dylan Connor, same entry as always. Bo down low. It looks like Dylan just didn't get off that. That's corner 2 there. Hard to get off, like I said, and he backs in. He lets Bo go. I mean, those fresher tires, he had 60 lap fresher tires or so, and I think Dylan Connor just said, you know what, buddy? Go on by.
Yeah, that's interesting. So he's basically sacrificed the lead position, look, lived to race another day, of course, but now he's got pressure from behind from Walker Cole. Richard Allen is there. Caleb Dyer's not far behind them. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the pit strategy is going to pay off for Dylan Connor here. Bo Ledbetter out leading on lap 83 of 200 in his championship run, looking for race win number 5. Here comes Walker Cole looking for second. Looks like Dylan Connor is really playing nice here, and he's going to give us a lot of room for these guys to come on through.
Yeah, he may not have much of a choice here, Dean. With these new tires, he may be struggling to get off the turns. You see that there a little bit loose as he came out of that turn. So Dylan's probably saying, shit, I'm in trouble here. Let's just go ahead and let these boys go on by.
Yeah, well, he let 2 by. Richard Allen going on by as well. But now he's got Dyer. There's Brian Cole right back in this thing up to 6th position. Wow. And then Adam Cole, Zach Woods, Sexton, all in this group. Adam Newton up there. Sexton battling Woods right now.
Yep, and we're closing in on halfway. So for those guys that didn't take tires, I'm sure they're behind their wheels right now going, wish I took tires. I wish I took tires.
Well, no doubt they are, but there's time. This thing can flip around on its head. Brian Cole, another move, he goes underneath Dyer, so Brian Cole continues his march back up to the front. He likes the track, he likes the car right now, and Cole trying to come back up. It's Bo Ledbetter out front. Walker Cole has come up to 2nd. Richard Allen coming up to 3rd, and these guys are not letting Bo Ledbetter get away.
No, they're not, and like you talk about hunger, I think Walker Cole is a hungry driver right now. Last season, couple of wins. Nothing to show for his efforts yet this season, and this would be a great place for him to cap off his season.
Yeah, absolutely. Walker is a hungry driver, a hungry young driver. And when he gets a chance to get some practice in and get out on these tracks, he is a top driver. And he'd love to be back in victory lane. Right now, Wood's struggling. Dylan Connor's struggling. And guess what? That means for Adam Cole and Alex Sexton, they're riding behind them going, guys, get it settled. We got to make moves here.
Yeah, Sexton really in a tough spot. He's surrounded by cars right now. Can't go anywhere. Frustrating, but he's got a little bit of a gap now, a little breathing room, as he's only got to worry about working on, right now, on Adam Cole.
Starting to come up there as well. Back up front, Ledbetter leading Walker, Richard Allen. So status quo, except for, my goodness, where did he come from?
Yeah,
Brian Cole, back and forth, in touch with the leaders.
Yes, he is. And remember, just a few laps ago, we were talking him being dead last.
Well, you were.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing. You wanted him to stay in last. I wanted him to take the track position. Right now, it looks like a good move that he stayed out, but quite frankly, how quickly he came through everybody, I think I'm reverting to your strategy. He probably could have went to dead last. What's 4 more cars to a guy who went through 10 like they're nothing?
I know, right? So now there he is, only one position behind his starting spot, and that's from a dead last start. That's pretty cool.
That is crazy. And speaking of crazy, something crazy's happened. It's Colin J and
Colin
Brad
J.
Ebley
Smoke
involved.
coming from that machine. That's a towable offense right there.
And he teleports to the garage.
So that did not look good. That was catastrophic failure by the 3 machine here.
So the 3 ducks down low underneath the 17 of Dyer, and off of entry, just not enough room to filter up like that. And Dyer maybe could have given him another inch or two, but I think Kennedy probably come up a little early. Hard to say. It don't matter except for Kennedy, whose night could be over.
Let's have a word with the young man. How about it?
How about it?
Colin Kennedy. Barron up in the booth. Got your ears on, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
By the tone of your voice, my friend, are we out of fast repairs?
Definitely out of fast repairs.
A lot of smoke coming from that engine. How much time you got there on pit row?
We still towing at 45. It's gonna be a while. I'm not 100% sure, but it's not gonna be by the end of the race probably.
Well, we're looking at your machine right now. Smoke billowing, crews got their hands on their hips. Sorry about it, buddy. That was a hard hit.
Yeah, I just want more room at lap 93. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, sir. I understand. So listen, if you're packing it in, come join us in the booth.
Yeah, I'm putting it up. She's going in the hauler.
10-4.
All right, Colin J. Unfortunate night for him, Barron, as he packs it in. Smoke's coming out. I think they're going to bring out the smoker and get the dogs rolling.
Little s'mores.
Little s'mores action, always nice. Makes me want to go camping, Barron. You done any camping lately?
I will be going to Talladega at the end of September here for the great race in Talladega, Alabama with the big boys down there. So I'll be missing your broadcast that week and the following week. So I'll be out there roasting marshmallows with some friends. We'll be having some cold ones and watching the big cars.
Tell the people that they'll probably go looking for you, Barron.
Well, they're happy. I'm happy to have them come find me. It's going to be a great time.
All right. Bo Ledbetter, your leader. Walker Cole second. Richard Allen third. Brian Cole in fourth. It's Zach M. Woods down in fifth. Sexton, Adam Cole, Adam Newton, Hines, Werderman, your top 10. Then it's Lem, Olson, Connor, Ebley, and Dyer a lap down.
Dean, what we'll do is we'll put up on the big screen Wind Tunnel TV. We'll watch the short track race, and we'll listen to Dean Doucette and whoever he can find to call one of these wonderful short track races.
Get it on the main stage there at Daytona.
Oh, I bring a big old screen with me. We put it on the side of the camper. I got a generator, dude. We don't. This isn't camping. It's glamping.
yeah. It's a long ways from camping.
Yeah. No. We got power. We got the whole shooting match and a lot of alcohol to go around. So if you find yourself in Talladega, Alabama that weekend, come and join us. It'll be a great time.
All right, here we go. Pace car's off. Quick start. Ledbetter down and away on the high side. Walker trying to find some room. Richard Allen behind. He's given room. Can Walker hold on? I think he can. A little touch loose there. He's going to have it, though. Here comes Brian Cole on the outside.
Yeah, so Brian Cole not finished. His charge isn't over, folks, and he's going to try it on the high side here.
He is. He's going to beat Woods to the point there. So he falls into fourth. Status quo up here. Behind him, Sexton and the two Adams, Newton and Cole going at it. Here comes Sexton. Look at him go.
Yeah, it's great for Sexton.
So Sexton has been, one of these guys we're talking about saving early. I think he's kind of thrown that out the window. He's starting to put the speed down. He wants to join this top four. Zach Woods is there right now, but can he hold on the outside?
So we saw Zach Woods with good speed early, and then got into a bit of a kerfuffle, to take a word out of you. And he might have wore out his tires, but here he is showing some really good speed, and he's going to get himself in the middle of this fracas.
How about this battle for the lead? Walker Cole gets underneath Bo Ledbetter. Ledbetter, big drive off the corner. Down into one with a great run through the corner. Ledbetter going to hold him off. Wow, Walker was right there.
Yeah, Walker got a little touch there from Richard Allen saying, come on, son, finish that pass. I want to go with you.
That was close. Bo Ledbetter getting under heat from the youngster. Loving it. Behind them, everybody lined up. Bo's not going anywhere.
No, Bo's not going anywhere. So we got Bo out front again, holding off now Walker Cole. And we talked about that 82 machine in pre-race, Dean. We thought maybe he would be a contender. Here he is.
Yeah, Richard Allen, man. He's a contender to win any race, and I don't think he's got it done a lot here, but he's capable. This is a very high-level iRacer, and he's running those old-school paints, which I absolutely love.
And let's not forget, he's under the same stable as Bo Ledbetter, so it's no surprise that these two are up front, one in first and one in third right now, with Team Cole right in between them all, second and fourth.
Yeah, really, it's the Coles against, I don't know what their team name is, but we'll come up with something for them here. Richard Ledbetter, I think you called him earlier, so we'll just go with that.
Right? Richard Ledbetter Racing?
It sounds good to me.
Even if I am just a screw-up at heart.
A little further back, we got Woods and Sexton here. Sexton has set sail, so like I said, Sexton trying to join this top group, and he's got the power to do it.
He does, and we've seen him fade and move forward, and now I think he's had enough. He's coming forward.
All right, so lap 109 of 200. You've seen our top five. From six back, it's Woods. Hines now up into seventh. Adam Cole in eighth. Adam Newton in ninth. And Scott Olson in 10th. And he might not want to sell that car the way it's running. Here comes Newton.
For sale sign on the 77. I love it. We're joined in the booth by Colin Kennedy. Colin, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Thanks for joining us. Sorry about your race, but love having you here. Your perspective is welcome tonight. If you have anything, just chime in.
All right, sounds good. I could tell that Zach Woods is struggling right now a little bit with rear grip. He burned his rears probably pretty early, so he might be moving back to the back pretty quickly right here.
And he's moving up to the wall right now, Colin, as Hines says, hey, how about a little room, and gives him a shoulder out to the wall.
I love it, because that is the first booth jinx by someone other than Dean or Barry.
Yeah, welcome to the booth, Colin. You don't want to wreck anybody else, or?
Nah, let's keep it down a little bit. I don't want a green flag run right here.
So, Colin, I wanted to ask you, though, about this track in particular, and in particular tonight. How's the high side? It looks like, to me, like it's very tough to get off of turn, or you can, on turn 4 is where you get beat by the low side. Is that correct?
Honestly, the low side's really good here. Overall, it's just the fact of not running the bottom right now because it's just wearing that right rear so bad. So a lot of these guys, they're just running the lane up or half a lane up just to save that tire. But the bottom is useful, especially if you know how to use it in the turn 1. But turn 3 and 4 is struggling because you just get a good run off the top on 3 and 4.
I love that. I love that perspective.
I love it, but it's about the opposite of what I said. And that's no surprise, is it, Barry?
No. You and I were both in agreement too. So he was the one actually driving the car. So I gotta, bow to the better opinion and way more informed there. So Colin,
I don't give up that easy.
Yeah. So was there or is there a high line pass in these vehicles?
Absolutely. Just depends on if you get the nose there in time and if the person below you gives you enough room off the corner.
How about that?
How about this? Barry Hines in the 8. Up here, 6 spots up on the night, into 6th spot. How about the 8 machine? Outside of loving that paint. I'm loving what I'm seeing from the driving tonight.
Yeah, he's had a real solid night. Also, a little bit quiet. Like we hadn't talked much about him. He's been in some battles, but now he's separating himself from this group behind him, and he's looking to go catch that 9 machine.
Yeah, love it. The 8 on the move. So Barry, no slouch in racing at all, but he hasn't been racing much lately, so didn't expect an overly great night from him. But again, it's me, so he's going to prove that wrong.
That's a different form of booth jinx, right?
Absolutely. I jinxed myself, so to speak. So the 77 is on the move too. So Olson, who was slacking early, staying at the back, trying to stay out of the way. Got involved with a wreck, I believe, with Brian Cole. And since then, he said, what am I doing? Let's just drive to the front here. And he's been moving. He's up 9 spots now.
Dean, if he wins in a car that's for sale, what do you think the going value on that machine will be?
It could be like the horse racing, you know? You get your claimers race. Is that what this is?
Yeah, I think you might be right for the 77.
Adam Cole riding around in 8th, he's up 3 spots. Newton in 9th, he's up 5. Werdeman's up 3. Let's check in with our leaders. Walker's still right there on Bo Ledbetter. Ledbetter looking for win number 5. We're on lap 122 of 200.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well for Bo. See what I did there? When Walker Cole is that close, right?
Now, don't you think Bo should be running, you know, the old Dukes and Hazard paint?
Without a question. And I think he's the kind of guy that would do it too.
I mean, he's got the colors.
He does.
He's got the orange.
Yeah. All orange all around. You know, little Dixie flag on top. Can we do that anymore? Is that a thing?
I don't know if it's a little sensitive world right now.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I wouldn't do well in gym class, Baron. I wasn't kind.
I just got a life-size view of Dean in a jockstrap. Anyone? Anyone? Too soon?
Well, I didn't say anything, so that's how you say something without saying anything. Barry Hines back in 6, Olson. We've covered these guys. Let's take a look in on Lem. How about Lem? What's going on with the 99? The Rockets are disengaged right now, Baron.
Yeah, and I hate seeing it for Tyler. Like all the way back here in 13th, where there's more speed in that car. We just got to go find it, Dean.
Well, we know he's got the speed. He's shown the speed even tonight. But right now, he's biding his time. He must have some kind of strategy. And I'm thinking what it is a 2-tire stop there. And he's looking for a caution and a 2-tire stop. That's a prediction that'll go wrong. You can rest assured on that.
Well, we got a guy here that can tell you, right, Colin? The tires matter?
Absolutely. No doubt. They burn out really fast here. Absolutely.
And what about taking 2? Is that a possibility or a no-go?
It's a possibility, but I would definitely not do it. Your rear tires are being burned off on both sides here. It's a forced tire stop, no doubt.
All right, from our resident expert, Colin J. Kennedy. You know, we got lots of fans out there. We're talking about your fan club and speculating on what they might look like. You know, I have my own visual on what your fan club looks like, and I think it might be X-rated. I'm not too sure, Colin, but tell us a little bit about some of the people who love to watch you race out here.
I just have a lot of my friends. They'll ask me about like you know what, like they know I race or whatever, and they just ask about if they could watch it anyway or whatever. But it's just like people that just know I race and figure out about it and just want to watch me race specifically because they know me. And you know, it's usually a lot of older people do racing and not as many young people, so I think that's just another reason why. It's just they like watching their friend do it. So but yeah, a lot of them are like teenagers, so just bringing in a younger audience.
I love what I'm hearing. A lot of older people, a lot of teenagers, but I think you might have killed my dreams, Colin, but I'm sure there's some great people.
Yes,
Baron, fans are fans. I mean, as a driver, no joke. I mean, you love to have people watching you, don't you?
Absolutely. And, you know, what's kind of funny is these broadcasts week in and week out, you know, we have a little fun. The guys, you know, who are in the race right now, we know they go back and watch Wind Tunnel TV when the race is over. But the cool part about what Colin just said is these are guys that don't have any exposure to iRacing, and yet they come out here and support Colin week in and week out. You know, we see them chime in on the chat line and YouTube. Colin's just a testament to, you know, the community that's built around you and the support you're getting for these league races. I just I'm so happy to hear that story, because I can tell you, like, if I told 10 of my friends to watch the race, 10 of them would find something else to do.
So Dylan Connor here talking about stories, Baron. He's becoming a story. Your early pole sitter and race leader. It didn't last long with Bo getting around him quick, but he was up there challenging. Now, on the verge of getting lapped. This is hard to believe.
Yeah, well, this is very old tires is what this is.
Let's take a look on our pit board to confirm that. Let's see. So Dylan Connor pitting on lap 95, Ledbetter on 56. I'm sorry, Baron.
Possibly could have took fuel only.
I might have got that wrong. Connor on, 95. So he's got fresher tires, Baron. What do you think about that?
Well, I like what Kennedy said here is, could be that he just took fuel.
I'm sorry, I skipped right over Cullen's comment.
Yeah. So that being said, Bo Ledbetter may be, catching a guy with old tires and fresh fuel.
Well, what can we see here? We see a 23-second pit stop from Connor versus a 43 second actually. So it was 23 from Dyer, who's currently shown in 15th, who was fast at one point. But yeah, 43 seconds. I gotta say, I think that's tires. So I'm not sure what we're seeing out of Dylan Connor other than maybe managing his car and thinking no stop later. I don't know.
You need to be watching Brian. Brian just passed both Richard and Walker. And now it's hunting down on Bo.
Wow.
Some fast lap times.
Some appropriate direction from Colin J there. Send us on Brian Cole, someone we talked about earlier, but he is on the move, getting around Richard Allen and Walker Cole. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you got a twofer there.
He likes the track. I mean, we know that. We'll see if we can get a replay on him getting around. It's not looking good.
We're working on it.
No, we got nothing right now.
There it is.
So.
There it is, lap 137. Go ahead. Yep. There you go.
All right. Somehow I could not see that. Thank God for the others in the booth getting me under control here. You see there, Walker pushing up a little bit. Good dig out of the car from Brian Cole. He comes in on entry. Walker just gives a ton of room to Dad, so you don't want to make him mad. He likes his allowance, Baron.
And food.
And his food, yeah. So not a whole lot to see there other than, really, if we're just talking racing, just letting a faster race car driver come through. I mean, Brian's currently, he's very quick out on the track.
Yeah, and don't look now, but Ledbetter is going to have to contend with him here shortly as well.
Yeah, and Dylan Connor has been out in front of them now for about 20 laps, and they're not really like in threat of passing him yet. So Dylan Connor's still got the speed. He's just in the unfortunate spot of going a lap down.
Now, if you're Bo Ledbetter, that 10 or that 01 machine keeps getting bigger in your rearview mirror. I got a feeling Dylan Connor's going to be in the way.
Well, that's where the heat's going to come. I mean, even though Dylan's doing a great job, you got to think at some point they get to the bumper, and just that 100th of a second or whatever it is, it's going to bunch these guys up. Colin, what do you do in this situation? You're Brian Cole here, you're chasing. There's about 55 laps left. Are you just conserving at this point, or are you pedal to the metal right now?
I'm gonna save a little bit more. Honestly, I see if Bo could pull up closer to Caleb and see maybe if you can get him to make a mistake or something. Trying to get by him. But yeah, what Brian's doing is perfect. Just managing the gap, saving the tires. It's too early to do anything right now because with how these tires wear, especially the right rear, they'll go away in 10 laps and you'll get passed right back.
All right, more great info from Colin. Colin, I'm getting a new respect for you. Not that I didn't already have it, But Baron, a man who seems to know what he's talking about here. That's new for us.
It's a first for this broadcast, I can tell you that.
Colin J, one of the best out here, and we've seen many wins and many heartbreaks out of the 3 machine. Next
Mainly
season,
heartbreak.
right, Colin?
We'll see about that one. I need some better fortune first.
Right now, Brian Cole closing in on our leader closing on Dylan Connor, who's quick but going a lap down. This is heating up. Richard Allen back in 3rd. Walker Cole has fallen off, and he's hit the wall as he's out of sorts right now.
Yeah, now he's got all kinds of trouble now. Here comes the 9 machine. Here comes the 77. He's already been off the wall. He's loose. This is not good for the 10.
It's not good, and he is slow because Sexton just about ran him over, had to check up. Olsen almost ran him over. He had to check up. That's some great racecraft, but there is something wrong with Walker Cole. He cannot get through the center of the corner. What's going on with Walker Cole, Colin?
He has burnt his rear tires off. I felt that earlier in the race. It's impossible to drive. You cannot run a line to save your life. You can't get in the corner. You can't get off the corner. You smack the wall. He just burned up his right rear.
Yeah, he's in big, big trouble, but someone who's not, Alex Sexton and Scott Olson. Olson out here with a for sale sign, making moves. He's up into the top 5.
Well, we saw what happened with the 9 machine. Like Walker came off the wall twice in front of him, and the 9 machine said, gave him a little love tap and said, "Hey, go struggle behind us here. We're out here racing for position, and you're buying drinks for the wall here."
Yeah, and Olson's looking to get by Sexton, and he's thinking this. Now all of a sudden, Sexton's shaky.
Yeah, he just come off the grass in that one.
Wow, putting the pressure on here. I mean, Olson is all over him. He's just letting up to not wreck him. I mean, he's clearly faster.
Yeah.
Looking up front, though, I want to see what's going on. Ledbetter still chasing down Dylan Connor on the tail end of the lead lap, and Brian Cole's still there. Let's go back to Sexton here.
So Olson just stalking him right now, looking for an opportunity to pass. He's clearly got some time on him here. I mean, that's not even close, man. That's a big difference. Colin, we saw the 9 bump on Walker. If you're the 77, what do you think here?
I mean, he's obviously way faster. If it was me, I'd make a clean pass, but he needs to try something high to low here. You're not going to make a pass with how low Sexton's running, but just don't run to the back of him. Trust me, it's not worth it.
Now, Colin, not to put you on the spot here, though, but how are you feeling? There's 43 laps left, so we're getting down to it a bit. Are you getting a little ticked off? And
there he was.
Never mind.
Yep,
down he goes, and that was bound to happen. I was going to say, in my long-winded way, that he should be moving over, and he backs into Ebley too. My goodness. I mean, he should have been back letting him go, in my opinion.
Yeah,
we're getting down to it, though. 40 or so laps. Interesting decision making there, and Olson put the bumper to him. Whether intentional or not, that's what happened.
That's a big break for Walker too, right there.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
He felt back.
Yep, good call on that. That was a big break for him. He's no doubt going to get tires fixed up here.
Walker's showing a lap down, so I don't know how much of a break it's going to end up being, but unless he already got onto pit road. Brian Cole's on pit road. Richard Allen. Everybody coming
Ledbetter
in except
did not.
Bo Ledbetter. So Ledbetter going to be a sitting duck here. This could have championship implications. I doubt it, but it could.
And Dylan Connor's gonna be lined up right next to him.
Yeah.
Oh, and Richard Allen beats off of pit road. He wins the race with Brian Cole. No, they're going to give it to Cole.
They scored the 10 machine out in front. The 01.
No, here comes Allen. Allen did beat him out. So Richard Allen with the race move here of the night, beating Brian Cole off of pit road. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Dylan Connor coming in late. But Walker, I'm not sure how Walker's going to be scored here. He is in deep, deep trouble. I think he's a lap down. Look on my tower here.
Yeah, he's still a lap down.
So that's unfortunate for him. I'm not sure what exactly happened with Walker, but he was out of sorts with that machine, and I think he probably, spun or hit the wall and fell back even further.
Well, Dean, like I say, man, never flick the dick of a rhino. And Bo Ledbetter is out front. Did he make the right decision with 39 laps to go?
Well, no, he didn't. Now, that's only in hindsight. You can talk about what the proper decision was, but when everybody behind you does the opposite, you've made the wrong decision.
Right.
But was there a right decision is the better call. If he comes in, do the rest of them stay out? I mean, is this collusion? Is this what I'm seeing?
I can't even spell that word. Colin?
Yeah, no, I can't either.
He said collusion like he knew what it meant.
Darren, you know me too well.
I think I
got a whole list
context.
of words here, and I'm just told to say them whenever.
You forgot kerfuffle.
Oh yeah, I got a few other ones there, but we're saving them for next season.
Shenanigans.
So what happened to Richard Allen?
Wow, great question. Colin J is all over everything tonight. What happened to Richard Allen?
Inquiring minds want to know.
So he must have come back on pit road or served a penalty. Allen in on lap 160. Cole
Looks
was
like
in on 158.
Oh, no. He
What
is deep in the field.
internation is going on, folks? Bo Ledbetter back to green flag racing. Brian Cole right there. Olsen and Hines now in third and fourth fighting.
And oh yeah, you can see those tires straight away.
Cole,
Oh my goodness.
gone.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely right there, Colin. Those tires are going to eat him alive.
Yeah, and this is going to hurt Barry Hines. Hines stuck behind him, gets down. Good job by Hines. He's got to follow Olsen.
And here comes Tyler Lem. So Lem may be able to salvage that second place in the points.
Wow, Lem up here all of a sudden out of nowhere into sixth position. Brian Cole, your new race leader. Unbelievable. The old one said he might have something tonight when we talked to him before the race, and he does. Olsen, how about this guy? This 77 up into second.
Mr. Yard Sale himself
Oh,
there.
and we got a wreck. It's getting ugly back here. That's the 92 of Dylan Connor. Richard Allen involved.
Wow.
And it could get chippy from here, folks. Let's get a look in on it here. Dylan Connor. You see him in the white car on the bottom, the 92 machine. And here comes Richard Allen. Check up, check up, check up. Bam! I mean, Richard Allen come through in a hurry. Walker Cole come through like he was, just stole something from Walmart.
Yeah, they just stacked them up there.
So we'll see what happens in that. I don't think Walker can get the lucky dog. He's involved in that wreck. Bo Ledbetter hits pit road. Now, what do you think, Colin? I mean, we're talking about maybe 10 laps, fresher tires now. Is this going to help Bo at all?
Not at all. I don't think he's gonna be too far in the back. He'll waste all his tires trying to get through the field. He might can salvage a top 10, maybe.
All right. Well, knowing Bo, he'll do better than that. But yeah, getting to the front will be another trick.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult.
I mean, Bo might come out in the top 10, let alone salvage it.
Yeah. It's just they get stacked up really fast on restarts, and it's hard to even get by a bunch of people and stay in line with everyone.
Yeah, it just looks like there's nowhere to go,
Yeah.
And he comes out behind Connor and Richard Allen as well, so that's going to hurt even more.
The top and the bottom are very even on restarts. It's kind of hard to even make a whole lot of passes just in one restart.
All right, well, we got to talk about some of these drivers here. Brian Cole up front, of course, we've seen this before, and Brian tough to beat, but how about Scott Olsen, Barry Hines, Adam Cole, and Tyler Lem in your top 5, and I'd be remiss if I didn't throw in a Jeff Werdeman in 6th position.
You would be remiss. Great to see that 81 machine up there. Werdeman, a veteran of this league. Glad to have him back out here tonight.
Absolutely. Jeff.
Speaking of inquiring minds, though, Darren started drinking Crown at the beginning of the race. I'm curious, Darren, how many you into tonight so far, my friend? Let us know in YouTube chat.
Well, I got a more important question here, Baron, and this one's been bothering me for a few days. Now, this is a lemonade question.
Okay.
We've been hearing about this Country Time lemonade, but I went with the Simply lemonade. Nice, pulpy, tart lemonade where you got the Country Time, the sugary, let's go to the moon, whatever that stuff was, that orange drink.
And so you had a question?
Maker. Yeah, which one? You like the sugary Country Time or the pulpy tart Simply lemonade?
Which one has vodka in it?
That's a hell of an answer, Baron. Expect nothing less from you. All right, Cole, Olsen, Hines, Adam Cole, Tyler Lem, Jeff Werdeman, getting ready to finish this thing off. 29 laps left in the champion crowning 200.
Green, green, green.
Green flag drops. Olson slow on the bottom. Brian Cole chooses the top and gets a whale of a start. Olson really not slow. It's just Brian Cole chose the top there.
And smart decision on his behalf. He's got a nice, comfortable lead there. He's in the rocking chair.
Yeah, I like that at this track. You get that car wound up. What do you think about that, Colin?
Oh, it's great. Very smart. Top side's way better, especially off of turn 2, especially on restarts. It's great. Wonderful.
What do you think about this mess back here? My goodness. Lem and Werdeman going at it. Lem in the 99 trying to move forward. Trying to hold him off as Werdeman. Newton's behind him. And behind that, you got Connor, Ebley, and Allen all fighting with Walker Cole in the mess.
Bo Ledbetter stuck in the same spot he was when he started the race, when he started on the restart. Not moving up.
Yeah, I think Bo's in championship protection mode now.
Well, and he's chasing Tyler Lem now. It's not likely that Lem's going to capture that championship from him, but Lem's racing for second place.
Absolutely. Lem has got to get up there and get it done. There's no time to hold up here and play nice. Brian Cole out leading, but here comes Olson. We haven't talked about Olson. He did not look like a contender early, but look at him now, Baron.
Yeah, so old yard sale Charlie there, banging on the back door of the leader, saying, buy my Buick. Here we go.
By
24 to go.
My comment about the astronaut thing was about Tang. I couldn't think of Tang.
Well, I go back to my original answer.
Yeah, it was a good
Which one's got vodka in it? I have to remind myself, Colin, you old enough to drink?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm 17.
Are you
Good
really?
Yes.
You seem awful mature as a driver for 17.
Yeah.
What do you think about your generation's driving and maybe what you've seen and learned that propels that way of thinking?
It's not the best. I'm not gonna lie to you. They drive way over their heads. They're way too cocky when they get on behind the wheel.
I mean, we're a couple of old heads, Colin. We're not against you by any means. We just look at it like you didn't even experience what we experienced. So you have a total different mentality than us. I mean, as a whole, as an age group, but I haven't seen a lot of that from you. So I think you're on the right track. I mean, I think Walker as a young man's pretty good as well in that regard. The future's bright here, Baron.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you and I get into a room with him, we'll be chasing him all around that track wherever we're at.
No doubt about it. Right now, speaking of chasing, Olson putting the heat on our leader, Brian Cole. And I'm really impressed here. Not impressed that he doesn't have that Wind Tunnel TV logo out there, but whatever works. The for sale sign is really making him drive. And, this is a claimer race. I'm claiming that car if he wins.
Yeah. Nice. So, yeah, he's out there hounding Brian Cole and, the old rental right there, second place.
Scott's doing everything he needs to do right now. Lower entry, lower exit. Way better. Just very smart driving right here at this point. There's no need to even save your tires.
Well, let's look from Barry Hines, shall we, and see what Barry Hines is doing with the wheel, and we'll look at Olson in front of him at the same time. What are you seeing here, Baron, out of Barry Hines?
So it looks like a tight condition here. He's really got some wheel bent into it when it picks up that front end. It's snapping on him, so I think he's fighting a tight condition in there. Unusual because we heard from the other drivers how loose these things are later in the run.
Well, what I'm noticing is I don't see that jerk, right? We've seen the jerk out of Brian Cole. We've seen it out of Bo Ledbetter. We do not see it here. So this is more of a smooth attack, which may help produce that condition. Am I correct in thinking that?
Yeah, I believe you're right. Colin, is it possible he's got a lot closer steering ratio here than what we're seeing normally out of the other drivers?
Yes, it's very possible, but he also could be just waiting for a mistake out of either one of these two, just running something different than what the two leaders are too also. But Barry Hines is like that, very smooth, not going to make a mistake.
Yeah, love what I see out of the 8. Up 9 spots, 3rd place. Great night for him. How about Adam Cole? Great night for him as well, Baron.
That it is. And we're happy to see Adam up here. Adam said he's going to finish with a flurry, and he might just do that, keep that car in the top 5.
He does. It's Caleb Dyer who's had some kind of issue. He has entered pit lane, so he may be done for the night right now. Brian Cole off the wall. My goodness. Unforced error from our leader. 13 laps remaining in the champion crowning 200.
That's a very un-Cole-like there for Brian.
Well, we've seen this out of him when he's alone. He will use every inch of the track and try and make a couple extra ones here and there.
So Werdeman in an unpleasant position. Dylan Colliner in front of him, Bo Ledbetter behind him.
Walker right there as well.
Walker right there. Just the meat and the sandwich.
That's where I don't want to be, Baron. You often reference often where I like to be, and that's alone. I do not like to be here.
No, that's the kill box right there.
So out in front of him, Adam Cole trying to make moves. Here comes Tyler Lem. How about him in 5th position, trying to run for a late roll out of championship. Adam Cole makes a move underneath of Barry Hines.
Now here comes the Rocket Man. Wouldn't you like to see him finish strong tonight?
Absolutely. I mean, rooting him on here. He's got to get up here a couple more positions at least. With we got Ledbetter back in 8th position currently.
So Adam Cole doing everything he can to get around the 8 machine, and well, here comes Dylan Connor.
Dylan Connor just stuck his nose in there and looked pretty threatening. Unreal. Werdeman's there. They're all there as these two. Oh, and Hines gets loose. Down the track goes Lem.
So Lem going to avoid it. The 8 machine looking to recover. Clear the 99. Here comes the 92.
It looks very uncomfortable right now. I can just tell by the way he's driving. It seems like he cannot get the car turned down at all.
So lots of guys wiggling and wobbling here. It's getting heated down here. Here comes Ledbetter underneath Werdeman and Hines. He's going to go for a 2-for-1 here. So as Lem picks up spots, so does Ledbetter. Everything going status quo in the championship. Up front, Brian Cole now all alone. Olsen there in 2nd. He's all alone. Back to Adam Cole, Lem, and Connor, and then the fight with Ledbetter leading a pack of cars.
Yeah, Barry Hines' machine has gone away from him.
That's so unfortunate too. You know, we see this out of guys. They race their hearts out, but the car just can't hold on for those last 10 laps. Oh, and Walker almost to the bumper has to go super low there.
Yeah, Barry Hines is just in a very, very bad place right now. That car is not happy.
And Walker's got to watch it here. Don't wreck him, Walker. Walker's a lap down. He's got to be careful here. He's got nothing to gain. Out front, Brian Cole leading this thing. 3 to go, coming down to 2 to go for the 01. Olsen still chasing. Adam Cole in 3rd. Our top 3 look pretty locked in. Lem has moved up to 4th, and he's brought Dylan Connor with him. Connor almost into him there. Looks like it's all settling out down here. Bo Ledbetter in 6th. This will be enough to get it done for the championship. But it's all the 01 here. He went to the back in a wreck. Then marched through the field in lickety-split fashion. He now on the final lap walking away from the field. The 01 going to come down into 3 through 4 and grab the win here in the champion crowning 200 from North Wilkesboro. Olsen in 2nd, Adam Cole 3rd, Lem going to hold off Connor for 4th, Ledbetter going to finish in 6th and grab the championship. How about that?
Yeah, so Brian Cole called his shot in the pre-race, said he felt pretty good about it, and look what happened.
Yeah, unbelievable. You don't often see that, Baron. Guys who call their shot like that, the success rate is less than guys who say they hate the track. They usually win. So, but Brian Cole, just a masterful job here. I mean, the way he came through the field. Colin, was it any surprise to you that him going to the back and then just kind of walking his way through the field?
Absolutely not. Brian has got to be the best guy I've ever seen race at North Wilkesboro in iRacing. No matter what car it is, he can drive through the field like it's nothing. He's probably the best here. He's the number one person I'm scared of at this track, but well deserved. That was a great win.
Well, there you go, Brian Cole, loving North Wilkesboro. We love what we've seen out of him, and this league which he runs, the Raid Furniture Mart Late Model Tour. Been a heck of a season, and we'll get some interviews, including Brian Cole. We'll get our champion in here, Bo Ledbetter, if he's available, and a couple others, and we'll do all that right after. All right, welcome back to North Wilkesboro on the Raid Furniture Mart Late Model Tour. Brian Cole in victory lane here in the Champion Crowning 200. Unfortunate for him, he won't be champion, but a race win is a race win. Baron, uh, not much more we can say about Brian Cole. Masterful performance here tonight.
What's also masterful is the fact that I farted. I'm hardwired to the soundboard right now. I can't get away. So, congratulations to Brian. Great job. I'm over here crying.
Poor Baron cannot escape his own fumes. That is a shame, folks. We've all been in a race car where something goes awry. He's doing this at home to himself. It's a true
I,
shame.
I feel dirty.
Colin, final thoughts here at North Wilkesboro?
Really great race, honestly. We've been having those races where it's been a lot of cautions. This one ran green, 200 lap. It was a great race, honestly. Um, but other than that, I mean, just a great race overall.
Yeah, it really was a fantastic race. And right now I'm joined by the 83 of Adam Cole, who had himself a fantastic finish here, grabbing third place. Congratulations, Adam.
Thank you, Dean. Didn't see that coming about halfway through the race the way it was going, but man, this was a pretty cool race the way it played out with strategy and having to save tires, and so yeah, pretty cool. Congratulations to Brian on picking up the win. He said some of the worst luck all year. Good to see him finally get that 0-1 up front.
We'll talk a little bit about earlier in the race, Adam. You say it didn't really look like it. We thought you looked like you had speed, but you're definitely in traffic as well. Talk a little bit about your strategy through maybe the first 100 laps there.
So as I usually do, I choked in qualifying, so just kind of rode at the beginning. Knew if I tried to race up through the front, that was just going to put me back to the back because the right rear on this thing was easy to wear out. So I just kind of played it safe, and this strategy worked out in my favor and got towards the top five. And then I think Dylan either didn't get tires or something, and on a restart, and he was on the outside, and I'd made up some ground and got caught behind him a little bit. But all in all, good race though. So at the end, and I kind of messed myself up when we had that long run. I'd set it to where I wasn't going to put much fuel in it if we had to do green flag stops, and I didn't change it. Man, that thing was so tight on that final restart. I about took the wall down out of two the first lap. So that kind of threw me off, but pretty cool that it played out this way.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty cool. And that low fuel load can have one heck of an effect on you. But we look at your race coming up in third. How much of it was about tires tonight? I mean, did you have to manage them the whole run?
Pretty much. The way these cars run on this track, you can definitely slide your right front and wear it out. And the way the set was, you could wear your right rear out both by having maybe too much rear brake bias getting in and using too much throttle off. So we knew the right rear was going to be an issue, and I think we had a few cars that had right fronts to wear out pretty bad too. So on that long run, I think my right front was down to 15. So now I was
Wow.
about seventh or eighth. I wanted to be a little bit, race a little bit more, and I saw the guys in front of me. I was hoping they were going to come back, but it seemed like all of us were doing a pretty good job managing the tires.
Wow. So way down there. Almost a blown tire, Adam. Unbelievable.
You see that very often.
You do not see that very often. But congrats on this third place finish. We got 2 Coles in the top 3. Walker not having the finish he wanted as that car went away from him, unfortunately. But congrats on the third place, Adam. You want to shout out, in particular, k-t.org, but any other sponsors, anybody else you'd like to thank, Adam?
Yeah, no doubt. First, I want to thank everybody that ran with us this year. This season was fun. It started out, pretty rough. We had a lot of new entries and kind of just had to fill a few out and get things cleaned up. But man, this group we've got right now, they're tough, they're clean. It's going to be good for us going forward. And so I want to thank everybody for sticking with us and their loyalty. You guys in the booth for doing this each and every week. I enjoy going back and watching and getting entertained both with on the track and with what you guys talk about. So thank you all for covering the races each week for us. Yeah, definitely want to thank the KT support group, k-t.org, a group that means a lot to me. We raise funds and we're doing research for better treatments and better care for patients with Klippel-Trenaunay syndrome and related disorders like what I have. So uh, pretty cool to have them on the car. Also, Furniture Mart and America's Mattress. Um, Man, again, thank y'all and thank everybody. And next season is going to be fun. We're going to change things up maybe a little bit, and I think we'll have a cleaner start. But overall, looking forward to a great season to finish out the year.
All right, Adam. Well, we thank you for your kind words towards us. You might regret them once you hear my lemonade comments tonight, but nonetheless, we love having you guys, Adam. Congrats again, Baron. Adam Cole, the '83 car, third place tonight.
Yeah, so great
Job,
finish
Adam.
by Adam to finish off the season. Great run by him. I'm joined by Scott Olson here. Scott,
Woo!
how about you finishing second place tonight? Huh?
Hot dog, dude. This car might be for sale, but I don't know. I think I'm going to keep this one.
I would. Second place finish, final event of the season. Tell us about your race.
I didn't think I was going to be worth the crap here. And first 100 laps, I told myself, all right, just, take care of your piece. We had long green flag runs going on there, and surely enough, them guys were coming back to me. And yeah, I hate it for Alex. I'm not gonna lie. I got into him off of turn 2, middle 1 and 2 there, and my crew chief was telling me you're gaining on him a tenth a lap, tenth a lap, a tenth a lap. You're gonna get him. And I watched him change his line, and I thought to myself, oh, this is gonna be an issue. So I thought, I'm gonna throw it back to the old school days, back when I used to watch Trickle and some old guys up here in the north, and Trick would always just kind of, give him a little tap down the straightaway saying, okay, I'm here, I caught you. And then he'd do it again, and then he'd do it again. And by the third time, if you didn't either let him by or, start racing him a little better, he was going to send you around. You got 2 options. You can save it or wreck it. I'm not sure what happened to him after I seen the side of his car, but I don't get these chances often to run up front with the Ledbetters, with Sexton and with Dylan Connor. And when I found myself there in the top 5, I thought to myself, I can't let this go. I can't let this go. So I just sent it, and that one last time he didn't get out of the way, and I guess he chose to wreck it.
Well, we got a second place finish out of the for sale sign 77. So off and on this season for us as we get a few weeks off before the next season. Scott, what are your plans for the last season of the quarter?
Practice, 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 man. I like this car. Just do some more short tracking. Might do some truck racing here and there, but yeah, looking forward to coming back next season.
So rumor is it might be some late model, might be some Super Series, Super Stocks. You comfortable in the Super Stocks setup?
Well, we're about to find out. A good group of guys here. I give a shout out to the Walkers. You know, they put on a good thing here for the most part. It's not all to my liking, but then again, what in life is.
So that brings up another story, right? Time to thank who you got to thank for the season. Any shout outs you want to make? Any recommendations?
Well, I'm about to get yelled at here shortly by the wife for keeping her up so late at night here because it's worth it, man. I got to thank her for putting up with me these late nights, waking her up. I got to thank the Cole boys for putting on a great league here. This is a lot of fun. Wind Tunnel TV, you guys do an excellent job with the broadcast. I have a few friends here and there that like to pop in once in a while on YouTube and check it out. And then show up to work the next day and give me a hard time about it. But yeah, I hope they're watching tonight. And yeah, this is just a lot of fun. Congrats to Brian on the win. Congrats to Adam on the third place finish. And there's so much that goes into these things. I just want to thank everybody.
Well, indeed you do, and indeed you have a very classy move to reach out to your competitors and show some great sportsmanship there. So, Dean, Scott Olson, second place finisher here in the rental 77 machine.
Yeah, unbelievable job from Scott. He ended up 14 spots coming to the point. Another guy who passed a ton of cars here tonight ends up only two up from where he started, but that's victory lane for the 01. Brian Cole, congratulations, Brian.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, my goodness, we talked to you earlier. You said you kind of you like North Wilkesboro. You had a little feeling. Apparently, it wasn't gas, Brian.
Well, I don't know. I've always liked this track. I usually run pretty good at it, but after that first pit stop and I spun and no didn't bring out a caution, I thought my night might have been done, but I got another caution and just everything ended up working in my favor.
Well, spun might be a bit of a statement there. I think there was a little bit of help there. Can't really remember though. We'll let that one go. And we just look at now. You're starting at the back, and caution's out. And some guys come in. It's only been a few laps since you were in. Barron was saying maybe you come in, even though it's a few laps, you get some tires and whatnot and make a run. You stay out. What were your thought process on that pit stop or not pit stop? And secondarily, how the heck did you get through everybody in about 10 laps?
Well, the tires pretty much don't make a difference until way late in the run. I mean, if you conserve, they kind of even out for a long time, but then later on in a run, you can, it'll really hurt you. So I figured I hadn't been that many laps, and um, plus you only have two sets, and I had already taken one whole set. So um, just I wanted to get back up towards the front, but I was trying to not burn the right rear off at the same time, and was able to do it with a little luck, with some people pitting and some cautions coming at the right times, and just I don't know. It just worked out pretty good for me. And a couple other people had some misfortunes. I know Dylan didn't pit. When we did that first one, that really hurt him. But he come back and finished fifth. But he was really fast. Bo had a little incident where he couldn't get to pit road um, because the iRacing was telling him to pass somebody, so he thought he was going to get a black flag, so he didn't go in, and that hurt him. So you got to be fast, but you got to be lucky too.
That answers that. Then we were thinking, what the hell was he doing?
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's great
I
intel
was
there.
when he didn't come in. I thought when I went in, I thought, well, oh crap, are we that far behind the pace car? Am I going to get lapped? I thought there's a reason why he didn't come in, but then he come over the radio and said he didn't come in because he thought he was going to get a black flag because iRacing was telling him to pass somebody. So anyway, it just I was the lucky one.
Well, I mean, lucky. You got to be good to be lucky, Brian, and you're definitely one of the good ones out here. And you did get a couple of breaks, but I mean, my goodness, driving through the field to get out here and get this win, it's got to feel great for you to be back in victory lane. And let's shift gears a little bit here and talk a little league. This league, you got a lot of guys who are really loving it here. We love it here, and I think you got a good thing going. How are you feeling about the league and its future, Brian?
Oh, we're excited. I mean, these last few races have been a lot of green flag racing, a lot of pit strategy, a lot of different guys, winning, running up front. Happy for Scott to finish second. Um, it's just we just got a really good group, and we've been racing together a while now, so everybody knows how everybody else races, and everybody's giving room and racing with respect for the most part. So hopefully we'll have the same group next season. We'll kick off in just a few weeks, and we might add a couple people maybe, but and maybe some older guys that were with us, maybe they'll be coming back. So looking forward to next season. We're gonna have to get that schedule ready here, hopefully in the next week, and we'll probably be putting it on Facebook uh, and Discord.
Well, we certainly look forward to it, especially seeing some of these older faces. Don't tease us like that, Brian. That would be interesting for sure. But congrats, man. Back in victory lane. Make sure you take time to, drink some of that champagne, smell the roses if you were. It was a great race by you. Congratulations. And if you got anybody else you'd like to thank, any sponsors or anything, you go right ahead.
Appreciate it. I want to thank y'all for another great season, and want to thank Brooks Farm, uh, people here in this, Roxboro, North Carolina, where I'm from, in this area. It's mom season, so the moms are ready at Brooks Farm. So go get you some moms.
All right, we'll go get some. Baron, that was race winner Brian Cole. I think you're sitting down with someone who's not in our top three for once.
Well, he wasn't in the top three, but he's number one on your program. I want you to meet Mr. Championship winner, Mr. Bo Ledbetter. Bo, congratulations, buddy. Rookie season, championship. Does it get any better?
No, man, I appreciate it, man. I've had a lot of fun this season.
Well, you put on a hell of a show. 5 wins on the season. Excuse me, 4 wins on the season, and just consistent week in and week out. Talk a little bit about what went on with your season, the highs, the lows, and anything you might have learned.
My motto is I always try to just drive conservative and not drive over my head. Like I said, track positions, everything now, and I realized that about 3 or 4 races ago. To really, if you try to save your stuff, you're screwed. But if you burn your stuff up too quick, you're screwed. So you have to try to find a happy medium, and I think I finally found it.
So you came in, you dominated, and now you're leaving with the championship. You coming back next season?
Oh yes, sir, man.
So talk a little bit about your teammates. I know Richard Allen finished with you tonight. You expecting any others to join us back for next season?
If they let somebody join, man, I got a good guy that I think he's a good candidate. He races like me and Richard does. But nah, yeah, me and Richard, we'll be back.
Fantastic, good news. Colin, you raced with Bo the whole season. You got anything to add about what you saw out of Bo and what you might want to learn from him as we move forward?
Well, for one, he's too good. But no, Bo's wonderful to race around. He's definitely that person we needed to wake up the top guys that have always been in here, because it's always the same about 5 winners every season. Then Bo came in out of nowhere and started winning, and then it kind of woke me up a little bit. Started doing different things because Bo was doing different things. But yeah, watching Bo just go through the field is awesome. I've learned a good amount just riding behind him. I ain't right in front of him that much, but that's a different story. But yeah, it's wonderful racing around Bo. He's a great driver, super clean, no complaints.
My favorite part of the interview. Bo, who you got to thank for this season?
First and foremost, I want to thank Richard. Without him, like I said, I wouldn't be doing this stuff. Adam Dowdy, Jimmy, Chris Young, my old work buddy. Ever since he figured out that I was doing this, he hadn't missed a race. You guys for putting it on. All the competitors, man. Everybody in here. It's fun. Dick Insider,
That's my guy
had to
right there.
shout to. But nah, man, I just appreciate it a lot. I've had a lot of fun this season.
Well, we're glad to have you, Dean. Your championship winner here is Bo Ledbetter.
Unbelievable. What a season. I got one for you, Bo. You end up here with 4 wins on the night, or on the season. Now, the competition in here, 4 wins is a lot, but it wasn't easy, was it?
Nah, it's stiff, man. Like I said, it's the guys I rating don't show what they race like. They're good. If they got a 2200 I rating, they race like they got a 5000 I rating. Because the I rating don't matter to me. But they're very good.
Couldn't agree with you more, Bo, and you're a fitting champion. A great job out here. Congratulations. I mean, unbelievable season. Baron, the future is bright out here in the Raid Furniture Mart series.
It sure is, and Bo Ledbetter helped lead the way with that future. Not that our old veterans don't have something to say about it, because Brian Cole capped off a hell of a win tonight. And the future's bright for Wind Tunnel TV. Colin Kennedy, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank y'all for letting me in here. I loved it.
Yeah, Colin, when he says the future is bright in the league, you might have a future in the booth, my friend. Excellent job. We love talking to you and hearing some of your expertise, and good luck next season. And I mean that. I mean, let's get some good luck in the 3-car next season.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need it. No more commentators curse for the rest of the season.
We won't talk about you at all.
You got my word.
Unless if I cross the finish line, don't say anything.
Yeah, you got my word.
Well, you don't have mine, unfortunately, Colin, but I'll try not to. I'll try not to curse you.
Somehow, some way, we'll screw that up. I promise.
All right. Well, thanks to them, and thanks to everybody who watches. Thanks to the people out in YouTube. I mean, there's a whole slew of them, so I don't want to name because I'll miss some. But we love you, and we can't wait to see you back next season. It'll be a couple of weeks with this series. Of course, we're doing Monday nights as well in another league if you want to check that out. But we love having you. But for myself, Dean Doucette, for Mr. Baron Labosco, and Colin J. Kennedy, special guest interview here tonight. That's going to wrap it up from North Wilkesboro, and we'll see you right here next time on Wind Tunnel TV.